Welcome to another edition of the channel's Mailbag. So what is Mailbag? Well, Mailbag is the part of the channel that you guys actually control. It's based on comments, questions, general feedback that you guys leave either on the YouTube channel, the website, or through one of my social media feeds. Mailbag contains what I think the answer is, what I think my view of the comment is, or sometimes, I just throw it out to the wider audience and say, what do you guys think? That's what Mailbag is. So let's get in to the first mailbag of this session. Remember, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Go over to Instagram and follow me there. Go over to Facebook, follow me there. That's where the normal notices are. And consider becoming a Patreon. This one comes from It's Nichols, and this was in response to how to set up your Roland TR-8 video I did way back in December 2015. And It's Nichols writes, is there a setup you recommend as far as external out, USB in, etc. that is optimal for working with a draw with low latency? Now, I know how I have mine set up, okay, and it seems to work quite fine for me. So it's the setup I use on my Mac. And I use, to be honest, the default settings for integrations on the Mac seems to work beautifully for me. But if I'm honest, if I tend to record the drum machine using the audio output through my Focusrite, I'll start again. If I'm honest, I tend to use the audio outs on the drum machine into my Focusrite interface when I'm recording drums. And the reason for this is I tend to find that the audio output has better dynamic range and gain than the USB audio implementation. Now, maybe others will turn around and say that I'm wrong, but in my experience, the USB integration, the gain is really, really low. And I can't seem to work out how to boost the gain without actually boosting it in the software. Whereas the audio out comes out absolutely crystal at a really nice level, and you can just plumb that straight into your Focusrite. I know you're going digital to analog, analog to digital to do that, so you have an inherent amount of signal degradation by doing it, but what you lose over what you gain, I think, is worth doing it that way. That's my personal opinion. Maybe others will differ on that one, but that's how I set mine up and use my TR-8. Next one comes from Arthur Alsop. Response to, does the world need Kronos 3? An SMR I did in February 2025. And Arthur writes, I am a working musician and gig a lot. I have a Kronos X88 that works and a Kronos 273 which is dead, and I cannot replace the power supply for it anywhere, and it is now considered unfixable. I would love to have the new Korg Kronos 3, but I do not trust Korg to actually have spare parts available when I actually need them. It took almost 4 months to get a new key bed for my Kronos X, and I have had 6 unrepairable units in my shop. I will stick with my Kronos X until it dies, then I will use a Nord Stage 3 and a Nord Lead 4. I cannot risk being sidelined for months because parts are not available. I am not Jordan Rudess. I cannot make a phone call and 4 brand new units show up at my next gig. That is just completely unpractical. In general terms, it is really sad to hear that you will depart the platform because your spare parts experience. This, of course, was the reason that many musicians have departed from the platform. And again, I fear the fear of the instrument you use to make a living stop working on you and you not being able to repair it. Of course, Korg have now admitted they could not source parts for the Kronos 2, which is why they killed it off when they did. I think it would have run for a period of time more. And on the flip side, that's the reason why the Korg Kronos 3 has arisen, because um, of the Korg Nautilus debacle and the fact that Korg musicians were departing the platform. Now, on a separate thought, no, I would have thought that the only part of the new Korg Kronos Pre that is transplantable back to older models will be the power supply. I have since been told that is not the case. I really can't see the newer board running off at completely different voltages, but of course I stand to be corrected. And that's when Arthur turned around to me and said, no, actually, the power supply is also completely different, with no fan, different voltages throughout the wire harness. I don't understand that. I mean, it should be the standard PCB, but, you know, that's reality. So, you know, he clarified what I didn't know, because I thought the power supply might be transplantable, but it's not. So everything in the Korg Kronos 3, every single thing in the Korg Kronos 3 is, from a hardware perspective, is new. Which completely buggers up anybody who's got a Korg Kronos 2 and has that particular issue. But there you go. That's how they've played the game. If you want new, you've got to have Korg Kronos 3. If you want Korg Kronos 2, like I have, then you carry on with Korg Kronos 2.